Hey, sweetie. Are you making it? Good, good.
No, it does not. Hey, everybody. If we could take our seats, we're live now. Welcome to the meeting of the Mayor and Council of Princeton, New Jersey. It is June 26, 2025. Madam Clerk, could we have the meeting statement, please?
Notice of this meeting was provided in accordance with the requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act and state regulations governing public meetings, including the time, date, and location of the meeting, and clear and concise instructions to the public for accessing the meeting and making comments. In addition, the agenda and all related materials were posted electronically and made available to the public on Princeton's meeting portal in advance of the meeting.
Thank you. I'll do the land acknowledgement. We gather today on the land of the Lenni Lenape. As members of the Princeton community, we aspire to show appreciation, respect, and concern for all peoples and our environment. We honor the Lenape and other indigenous caretakers of these lands and waters, the elders who lived here before, the indigenous today, and the generations to come. Can we have roll call, please?
Mr. McDonald?
Here.
Ms. Perron-Lambros?
Here.
Mr. Cohen? Ms. Sachs?
Here.
Ms. Braga?
Here.
Mr. Newland?
Here.
Mayor Frida?
Here. All right, if you're able and you'd like to stand, we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
I think David, that may be David, who's in the waiting room.
I'm sorry?
I think there's a hand raised, which I think is not Liz, I think it's David. He may want to be added as a panelist.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you for noticing that. All right, next up, public comments for items not on the agenda. If anybody in the room or on Zoom has an item that's not on the agenda, this would be the time to speak up or raise a hand. All right, seeing none, we'll close that part of the agenda. Thank you. All right, resolutions. First up, 25-230, resolution of the Mayor and Council of Princeton endorsing the municipal housing element and fair share plan as adopted by the Princeton Planning Board and adopting the spending plan annexed thereto as Princeton's fourth round spending plan. Mia has the motion. Michelle has the second. Comments, questions? Let me ask two quick questions, because in a couple different places, in one of the resolutions and in the plan, it talks about rehabbing 60 units at the Housing Authority. Do we have an estimated cost as to how much money we would be setting aside for that at some point?
It's a minimum of $10,000 per statute.
I can't hear you, I'm sorry.
In our spending plan, the minimum is $10,000 per statute, but we can exceed that if we want to. But we have
Right.
acquitted ourselves per the statute of what we're
Okay.
required.
All right, so we don't have an actual estimate, we just know what the minimum is.
That is correct. The estimate we would need to be done in consultation with the Housing Authority, which I'm sure we will engage in that.
And then on the Franklin lot, if some funding isn't available elsewhere, do we have an idea about how much we would end up having to bond for that?
That would probably be around $60 million.
50?
60,
Okay.
between 60 and 70. That it's a municipally sponsored project, so technically, since it had not gotten funding yet, the town would be on the hook, but we're confident that it will, let me just say, we are optimistic that it will be funded in the mixed income round this fall. But I'm just going to add an asterisk, which that this is the situation with municipally sponsored projects, that if they don't get state funding, the town is on the hook.
Yeah.
So less density, more money.
Yeah. And I'm just mentioning those not in any way as a negative thing, but since we are going to be talking about capital budgets in the future, we do need to make sure that every potential cost that's going to come our way is included in that. All right, any other questions or comments on that resolution? Brian?
Yeah, it may be
early in the meeting, but I wanted to offer thanks to the committee and particularly to Mia, David, and Michelle for their hard work, and to the other people in this room who've worked incredibly hard, Justin, Elaine from Clark Caton Hinds, Kevin, and I know that this has been at least weekly meetings for well in excess of a year and a lot of sleepless nights, and I think what you came up with is an excellent plan. I enjoyed the planning board comments last night. The community seems to be very pleased, and I'm, again, very grateful for all your work.
Yeah, no, thank you for pointing that out. It's a lot of work, a lot of good work. Any other questions or comments? Oh, Leighton, sorry.
Thank you, Mark. I just wanted to echo what my colleague Ryan just said about what we're covering today, and also being a witness to the planning board meeting last night. Mark, you did a great job. David Cohen, you did a great job. Everyone that was participating did a great job. Shout out to you. Clark Caton and Hinds for a wonderful, comprehensive, and thoroughly full presentation that gave, I think, everyone on the phone, on the virtual meeting, a good understanding of what it is that we're trying to do. And fortunately, 99.9% of the people who responded on the virtual meeting had very positive comments about how we how Mia, David, and Michelle used, along with others, a very balanced approach on the fourth round. It was extremely well done. Thank you.
Thanks, Leighton. Any other comments or questions? All right, all in favor of the resolution, please say aye.
Aye.
Thanks, David. David Cohen's on remote, just so, I don't want you to think I'm talking to my imaginary friend. He actually exists. 25-231, resolution of the mayor and council of Princeton of intent to fund or bond for fourth round affordable housing program. Would someone like to move that? Thank you, Leticia. Leighton's got the second. Questions or comments? All right, seeing none. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
25-232, resolution of the mayor and council of Princeton authorizing a fourth round affordable housing settlement agreement with Fair Share Housing Center. Would someone, Mia has the motion, Leighton's got the second. Questions or comments? All right, seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right. David, even though you're remote, do you want to make a motion to adjourn?
I actually want to make a comment.
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
1 sec.
I just wanted to note, apropos of the last resolution, that in the third round, Princeton and the Fair Share Housing Center were pitted against one another in court and spent a great deal of money in a 41-day trial, which had a benefit to the entire state of New Jersey in that it resulted in the Jacobson methodology, which codified how towns can come up with their fair share number, and that's the methodology that the DCA used in the fourth round, and that was the basis for the fourth round legislation. So all of Princeton taxpayers contributed mightily to the fourth round, what I think is a success given the number of towns that have filed their plans. Many of us at the 11th hour, but better late than never. And given the deadlines, they were very tight deadlines. But anyway, I'd just like to note that Princeton and Fair Share had a remarkably amicable settlement this time. We do have a settlement again this year, this round, and this year, because we amended our third round settlement, which reflected the separation of borough and township. And if you read in the plan, we wanted to plan for a consolidated municipality, which is what we did, but that required amending our third round settlement. But we've had very amicable, productive discussions, negotiations with Fair Share, and the settlement that we just passed reflects a document that both sides are equally pleased about, and we didn't have to reach that agreement in court. So I think that's a major step forward, and I'm really, really pleased.
Thanks, Mia. Leighton?
Mayor, I must be losing my mind because I forgot to mention our illustrious planner, Justin Lesko, in this process. Justin, I'm sorry. Thank you for all of the extraordinary work that you did.
Thank you. All right, any other comments? All right, so now we can let David make a motion. David?
Thank you. I move that we adjourn.
Thank you. Is there a second? Thank you, Brian. All in favor, say aye.
Hi.
Aye.
Thank you, everybody involved. Thank you.